Hey, what's up? Danny Dwyer here with Julio Pac-Man. How you doing, my friend?
How you doing?
Warcraft, the trailer came out today, the public trailer. I'm a big World of Warcraft old school head. I don't know half as much about the lore as you do.
Kind of. I know a lot of people are going to correct this. My lore knowledge is not that great, but
probably
we
best
can get through
in
it.
office.
Yeah.
So we're going to go through
Yes.
the latest trailer for Warcraft and try and pick out all the sort of, I guess, lore elements in there. And, you know, I guess for people who don't really know much about Warcraft, first of all, what time frame are we looking at here? This is like pre-Warcraft.
We're looking
1,
at
right?
the beginning of Warcraft 1 before, like, everything starts to hit the fan, right? So this is before the orcs go through the dark portal.
So humans and orcs at this stage never met each other.
No.
Who the
never.
hell are you?
No.
Exactly.
Like-
So we'll get to this Westfall situation in a second. Let's start right at the start of the trailer. Very important, Universal Pictures there,
Yes,
Legendary Pictures.
Great.
Blizzard, good call. All right, here we go. Where's that?
This is Alterac Mountains?
Mountains?
Alterac Mountains.
It could be anywhere. It could be, yeah, there. It could be Dunmora. It could
be Dunmora, yeah.
where the
This is where everyone does their battlegrounds.
exactly, yeah. If it is the Alterac, which a couple of people are saying. This situation here, though, this does not. This is killing me. I'm trying to figure out what this is. You have an idea that you think it might be the bottom, like underneath the floating city.
Yes and no, because that would be in Northrend.
Okay.
But anyways, this reminds us of Dalaran, right?
Yeah.
Which it won't be because we see that later on in the clip.
But it looks magey enough.
It looks magey.
This guy looks like he's probably a mage.
That guy looks like Medivh,
Here, yeah, perhaps.
right?
Here we have a
Medivh, who
griffin.
opens the dark portal.
Who's on the back of the griffin?
Probably Lothar, the main
Okay.
character.
Which we'll
Yes.
get to in a little bit.
Which will be our protagonist.
What are we looking at here?
This is good old Stormwind.
Yes, they had a big. This seems like the biggest set. Like it looks like they have built a part of it. It looks CG here, but apparently they've
is that
also.
what you're leading into? Because they did build part of it, right?
Yes, apparently.
Yes.
They did build a big set. So I imagine a lot of this movie, because it's about humans, is going to take place in and around Stormwind.
Yep.
It's looking pretty.
Yeah.
Right
It's
there.
great.
This is definitely Dalaran, right?
Yeah, because that guy can definitely fall off of those stairs.
He'd have to ghost his way back to them, of course, because this is
there's-
Warcraft.
There's Lothar.
So who is Lothar?
I only know so much about him. I remember controlling him in Warcraft 1.
Yeah.
But yes, he's going to be our main character. Do you know more about Lothar than I do?
I do not. The politics of early Warcraft are a blur to me. Because
Yeah.
the thing is, when you play World of Warcraft, you're basically coming in at this stuff like decades down the road
Yep.
from a lot of it.
So the current prince of Stormwind is named after Lothar, right? Did you know that?
Go for it.
Anduin? Anduin Lothar? Yeah.
Well, there's lots of. We'll get to more of those
stuff.
links
Yeah.
with the orcs in a second, actually. This is a whole fight. What's going on here?
I don't know what area this is. I think you had an idea of what area this is, right?
Yes,
Maybe?
it looks like the dam, which is then subsequently broken in Cataclysm on the right here. This whole section down in the bottom right.
Yes. Somewhere in the Eastern Kingdoms, probably.
Yes, so
Which
not
is probably the whole movie.
which is not super far from Stormwind, so it's the same kind of area, like to the east of the Elwyn Forest. That's kind of what that looks like. There's a skull getting broken. There's he's grieving, or he's picking up armor. I can't tell. Maybe he's super happy about his armor.
So I think that area that we were looking at actually, with the dam or the bridge,
Yeah.
is that Red Ridge Mountains?
Well, there's actually back here. There's, yeah, perhaps.
Because I remember questing around that area. You cross a bridge, right, and then you go into the little, what is it? The town, the little inn, right, to pick up your daily quests.
Okay.
No? Okay, never mind.
Dude,
You
it's
played
like,
Alliance. I
I
played
know.
Lord.
Okay, well, when
it's next to Elwyn Forest.
yes,
you know?
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just the
that
east
area.
of it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I forget the name of the bar.
That's what it looks like to me.
This is probably in the Elwood Forest as well. Like the Dark Portal
Looks
is
like it.
close enough to that part. This looks like when the orcs first meet the humans, right? This
Yeah.
looks like what the hell's going on here?
Definitely.
I don't know, how do we fight these people?
Don't know who
God,
that kid is. He's dead
the
though.
child's getting axed unless that's like an editing trick.
So there's
Uh,
Lothar, all pissed, and that's King Lane.
King Lane, what's up? I loved you in Mamma Mia. That guy's in everything. So he's kind of freaked out because they're like, who the hell are all these orc beasts coming in on our land? So here we have perhaps Draenor.
This
while
is
it's all going
probably
down.
Draenor,
Yeah.
I guess. And the green in the sky makes me think that it has something to do with the Burning Legion because they're usually full of fel magic, and fel magic is green.
So this is perhaps like them going, oh no, we got to get out of here. And then I guess whatever happens, they get pushed through the dark portal.
Yes.
This looks like that's also Draenor, just from nothing else about it is, unless it's the Barrens, unless it's somewhere there.
You remember that area, right? Where they call it what? Hellfire Peninsula?
Yes.
In Burning Crusade? I think that's...
Oh, really?
That would be there because that's where the dark portal is located, right?
Oh, yeah. So then we see the other side of it. So this explosion is interesting because here is a bunch of trees and then a portal blowing them all open, or something blowing them all open.
Something's blowing it open. That's probably the portal being formed.
Which we'll refer to later, maybe, because there's an interesting sort of scene later. This just looks like, fucking Azeroth man somewhere.
Yeah.
But this...
So right there next to the wolf, that's Durotan. That's probably the co-protagonist. The good orc, the peaceful guy, and then next to him is Orgrim, Doomhammer.
And this Orgrim Doomhammer, which Orgrimmar is named after.
Yes, because he...
Go on. No, you tell me.
Spoil, can we?
No, don't.
Is that considered a spoiler? Okay.
Who knows? Let's just not bother in case. This is Westfall, though, which is cool, because there's a harvester straight over here just hanging out. And, I think it was all this, windmilly, farmy stuff.
This is where you quest when you're level 11.
Yeah, right after you've killed your first... What's the dude's name again? Oh, that stupid ass...
Hogger.
Hogger, yes. Well, right after you kill Hogger, yeah. Just in the Elwyn Forest, you hop over into Westfall, and here they all are. So the Dead Mines is probably somewhere over here, maybe. And then, all right, what's going on here?
Baby Thrall. We could say that, right? That's Baby Thrall, the main character of Warcraft 3.
Why is he green? Or why isn't
he green?
Why,
and why are
his parents not green?
Because his parents are supposed to be green. Because the Frost Wolves apparently live near fel magic, so they're all supposed to be tainted by that. So that turns their brown skin green. But I'm guessing that his parents aren't green because it would probably confuse the audience.
Right.
And make them think, oh, green, you're supposed to be the bad orcs.
Yeah.
Not the good orcs, which are brown.
Yeah. Wait, which one of you is the Shrek? That's one. I don't know what their point of reference is going to be for this. But yeah, you're right. It's going to be interesting to see how that all gets resolved, I guess.
There's Durotan and his wife.
Just hanging out.
Parents of Thrall.
There's his emotional eyes.
Deeply conflicted.
Look at that, man. He's got some rings and some... Look at this whole situation.
Looks great.
Body modification,
Piercing
really.
his teeth.
Orcs are just killing it. Okay, here we are. We're back in Stormwind, probably.
Yep.
He's got a sweet hat. He's freaking out. That's definitely Stormwind. Looks beautiful.
Looks great.
Super wide. Looks way bigger than it does in the game. just to say. And also, Westfall would just be... Oh, there's Westfall there. That's it there. That's
is it? Oh yeah, it is. Yeah.
Over on the right.
It's all nice
That's
and
accurate.
Wow.
So Duskwood is actually looking not too bad.
Yeah.
If this was like World of Warcraft, there's the river and Duskwood would be brown as all hell.
Yeah, brown and black.
Yeah. And that means Stranglethorn Vale is just behind here then, I guess?
Yeah.
God, that's cool that they did all that.
Very good geographical knowledge.
Well,
useless geographical knowledge.
Yeah. Very good, useless. Only Alliance though. Don't ask me anything about the Horde stuff. So this situation here, is this outside?
They've definitely set up camp somewhere.
Okay, so this is the interesting one, right? Because the Dark Portal's in the background there on the right.
Oh, yes. So that would mean this is the Badlands.
But this is covered in grass. So do you think that other green explosion was this getting stripped, maybe? And that's why, because the Badlands in World of Warcraft is like this deserted, like it looks like, Arizona, basically. It looks like the Grand Canyon.
Usually when you're in the Badlands, you're fighting all these molten rocks with green glow and stuff. That's Burning Legion stuff, right?
Yeah.
So I think Burning Legion at some point invaded the Badlands, and that probably destroyed all the greenery.
Maybe, yeah.
That makes sense, right?
I found that maybe someone else knows in the comments can tell us, but I just found that interesting. There's all this vegetation there, which
definitely. This is definitely Badlands though, because that's where the Dark Portal is.
Oh, there's Doomhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hanging out. I loved you. He looks great. I loved him in the shield. What's going on here? Burning. Is this orc on orc action?
Orc on orc. Those are bad orcs because they're green.
Yeah. They're not happy. Someone got shot in the face.
We don't know this area.
I don't know what this is. It's doing my head in. I thought it was Thousand Needles or something for a second, but...
Oh.
because Thousand Easels does eventually get flooded, but that doesn't happen until Cataclysm.
Yeah, but yeah, that's a good point. I don't know if they had any encampments there anyways, the humans, right? In
Yeah,
Thousand Needles?
it
Or at
would've
least
been-
not that we saw.
and it's
Maybe
also-
that's why it's getting destroyed. I
And
don't know.
it's also on the wrong island, and it's far
Yeah,
away
you're
from
right.
everything
That's
else,
in Kalimdor,
right?
so it's completely irrelevant.
So unless this is the other side of the dam, maybe, but again, that doesn't get destroyed until... No, I guess it's closed, yeah, so maybe that's just the
I
dam.
feel like if I had been there during WoW, I would have remembered falling off of that
Thing, yeah,
waterfall.
it was
so-
great. And then they ruined it in Cataclysm. So I'm wondering if this is probably the other side of the dam when we saw that battle happening back here. Maybe that's part of that, this whole thing.
This area?
Maybe, I don't know, but then it
It's
doesn't
possible.
look accurate there,
See-
so I don't know.
Oh, yeah, see? This is Red Ridge. Because
Yeah?
you cross this bridge, and then there's quests.
Oh,
right
yeah,
over
you're
here,
right. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
remember that?
Yeah, okay.
See, that's our guess at least. I know someone's gonna get mad.
We've got so much more of this trailer to get through. Let's keep going. So we were at this situation.
Yeah.
Very nice CG. Well, okay, we can talk about the quality of the CG in a little bit, but here we have, hey, what's going on here? Why's she
That's,
hanging out with this guy?
Garona hanging out with Lothar.
Yeah,
So Garona is half orc and half human.
yeah. Isn't that her surname?
Half orcan.
Yeah.
Haforsen.
Half Forsen, half Orcan. Yeah.
Yes, not very subtle. Which later they changed her to be half something else instead of human, but that's
Oh, really?
no one needs to know that.
So they're going to pal up, presumably against other orcs.
Yeah, so they're meeting up here, and Garona probably would be the mediator, I guess, because she's obviously half.
To save our people.
This summer, we are once again at the floating
Dalaran.
city of Dalaran.
Yes.
With a
And you
griffin.
have to take a griffin there.
Rushing through what looks like the Elwyn Forest, or that could be Duskwood actually, maybe. It looks a bit darker, maybe. Well, that's probably wherever.
Yeah, you know, since this is so far back, there's probably no distinguishing elements to these
You're right,
environments,
actually,
right?
yeah.
Everything's green.
Yeah, Stitches probably isn't walking around yet. This kind of looks like that whole area as well.
They're beasts.
There's a dude, there's a guy throwing a
Throwing a
horse.
horse.
Great tactic.
So buff.
Here we have some snow situation, so again, that could be
Alterac.
Alterac we saw, or
Probably. I wonder if we'll see dwarves.
they just invaded Dunmorra, and they're like outside Ironforge being like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Got
Oh, so there we go. So
Yeah.
that's important, right? So that's Durotan fighting. That's Gul'dan, actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, because you
Oh,
see how
yeah.
he has spikes on his back and he has skulls on those spikes, right? That's his.
So who is he for?
So Gul'dan is an orc, and he's a warlock that gets manipulated by the Burning Legion. And who are the Burning Legion, right? You probably won't find out in this movie, but let's just say
It's going to be
they're-
interesting to see how much they dive into all of this stuff, because there's so
gonna
much.
confuse so many people. Who are the Burning Legion? I don't know.
Like getting people to understand who two different orcs are is going to be difficult enough as it is.
Yeah.
Like which one's which.
All you need to know is that's probably going to be the main antagonist in
yeah.
this movie.
Um,
Sure about that.
Alright, enemies will unite. Yeah, it's a movie. They're hanging out.
They're just friends, I think, in the game, so don't think that's anything romantic. It
But
looks
you need to
pretty
have it. It's a
romantic,
Hollywood
though.
movie, man. You need to
I
get
know,
that love
right?
interest.
It's just
Ow! Inner Species
Mess
as
up
well.
more,
It's
yeah.
2015. This looks like some kind of suspect CG, especially this little child over here.
oh,
Right?
photoshopped.
A little bit.
Yeah, it looks
That's
photoshopped.
Stormwind
in.
as well. I'm pretty sure that's just the main entrance to the palace, right?
Yeah,
You just go in.
seems like it. I don't know what they're celebrating.
Look at that.
It's not terribly obvious.
Everyone's happy because they live in Stormwind.
Probably just rallying.
They
You know
got-
what? Actually, can you rewind to that?
They're like,
part?
yo, when are you guys gonna...
Look at this guy over here with his robes. Is that an elf, maybe?
Or is that, you think?
A high
Because
elf?
there hasn't been that many casters. Apparently, obviously, with all the mages, obviously, they would be casters. But like, yeah, you're right. Like this
Okay,
guy down
hover
here.
over
and-
here also.
This
Those
guy
look
here?
like high elves, right?
Oh, yeah, you're
we
right.
didn't even notice this when we were going through it
Oh, look,
earlier.
there's a dwarf there.
You think so?
Yeah, this is that part of Lord of the Rings when they all. I bet this is the final scene. I bet this is the last
The
scene of the
ending.
movie. They're just
Yay!
doing it all out of order.
They definitely have to have high elves in this movie, though, right? Because they're going to Dalaran. So
Yeah.
there's going to be elves
Some
for
stage.
sure.
All these people here have actually gathered to ask for an auction house. That's what.
Oh, this is the auction house. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
All right, we got scared lady with her baby, captured by orcs presumably. More red
brown
on,
orcs versus
on green orc action. Here we have
Goodbye,
Moses.
Thrall.
Bye bye Thrall.
Green Jesus.
He's not very happy. She's like, why did you do this? But it doesn't matter because our son will save all the people from the Egyptians years from now.
No one understands that except for people that have played at least 2 or 3 expansions, right?
Yeah. There's the 2 boys again fighting alongside each other. I get a lot of this stuff looks like it's jumping back and forth between
Oh yeah, it
the
definitely
various
is.
times in the game. And here's a big fight.
Basically, brown orcs and humans versus green orcs.
Green orcs, yeah. A lot of screaming. My favorite part is where the
dramatic.
fuck are his shoes?
Oh,
Just no shoes.
why?
This is. Can you imagine how much cooler it would have been in Vanilla WoW if this is how you got a griffin? You just jumped off something and
You gotta take your shoes off.
turn
though,
up.
'cause
Boom.
You're gonna hurt your griffin.
And look at this situation. This looks like it's probably.
So in the background there, that's the dark portal, right?
Yes.
Did we see? Wait.
it's a-
Oh, I'm sorry.
It looks like it's the same area though, right?
You know, because that looks like the dark portal, but it looks like
Here, yeah.
buildings. I don't know. It's definitely got to be the dark portal.
Yeah,
Never
it is.
mind.
Look at
Yeah.
it. There it is. Yeah, there it is.
That is definitely the dark portal.
Cool. So big battle's gonna happen at the dark portal at the end.
Uh-huh.
Probably. And there you go. It's called Warcraft. And it really looks like the first of what they hope is a bunch of movies
Oh, it's definitely going to be a bunch of movies.
as well. June 2016. And that was our very,
Very spotty,
complicated,
nerdy.
yeah.
Only WoW players will understand analysis.
They are doing a really tough job because they are trying to create a game which is going to appeal to people who love Warcraft, people who like Warcraft and like don't have deep knowledge like us, and
Yeah.
then people who just want to see an action movie. It's kind of difficult.
They got to make everyone happy. So they're going to break a few elements here and there, probably.
Yeah, narrative elements and probably skew things here and there, but
Yep.
yeah, it looks interesting. Last point on that, I guess, is what do you think about the CG? Because some of it, especially when you watch like WoW cinematics, you're kind of like, some of this looks a little bit flaky.
Does it look flaky, though? I know that people have been saying that. I don't know. To
Yeah.
me, it looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little corny looking, but that's how Blizzard stuff is.
Yeah.
Right? The story is a little corny. It's a little stereotypical.
Will somebody kick a Murloc?
I hope so. Let's just at the end, just throw it in.
Yeah,
Yeah, they got to do that, right?
Bam,
They're in the
close
background
back.
somewhere. Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll find out more in June 2016. But until then, for all of your hot video game and entertainment news, stay tuned to GameSpot.com.